Hi, my name is James, and I'd like to welcome you to my mini presentation on how to eat your way to six-pack abs. And the only diet I recommend if you're trying to get a six-pack is the primal diet. Sometimes this diet is also called the paleo diet. I recommend this diet not just for obtaining a six-pack, but also if you want to be healthy, if you want to avoid disease, then I recommend that you switch to the primal diet. Probably the worst diet you could possibly be on for your health and for your abs is the standard American diet. I personally live in the United States, but I refuse to eat the standard American diet because not only would it give me a huge belly, but also the standard American diet causes all sorts of diseases. If you live in the United States, you know that a lot of people here die of cancer and heart disease and stroke and diabetes. So I personally reject the American diet, and I encourage you to do the same and to switch to the primal diet. People ask me, what is the primal diet? Well, this is part of the primal diet is meats that came from animals that were fed grass, grass-fed meats. In other words, a cow, while it lived, should have access to grass. Cows should eat grass. Cows should not eat grains, and the same with chickens, the same with pigs. All the farm animals should have access to grass. If you're just going to the local grocery store and that's where you're getting all your meats from right now, there's probably a 99% chance that those cows were fed grains. Cows are not supposed to eat grains. That sort of makes for an unhealthy cow, and you don't want to be eating an unhealthy cow. So grass-fed meats is the first pillar of the primal diet, and also wild fish. In the same way you want to get your fish from an ocean. You don't want it to come from someone's fish factory or someone's swimming pool, or however they're raising fish these days. So I try to buy my fish from the northern Pacific Ocean near the Alaska region because I've heard the waters there are a little bit cleaner. Pesticide-free fruits and vegetables are also part of this diet. You can kind of gorge on vegetables, but fruits should really be kept to a minimum. If you're going to eat fruits, berries would be your best choice because they're lowest in sugar. Low sugar diet is going to help to slim your belly. High sugar diet is going to give you a huge belly. Berries are also some of the most nutrient dense fruits. Raw dairy is also a part of the primal diet. If you can't find raw dairy in your area, then grass-fed dairy is acceptable. Again, this is dairy products that have come from a cow that eats grass on a daily basis. If you want a six-pack, you'd want to avoid grains as much as possible. If you absolutely must eat grains, they should be sprouted. And a lot of people don't know that grains are actually somewhat toxic. And when you sprout grains, a lot of the toxicity is removed. Also, I would strongly encourage you to check or to pick gluten-free grains. Gluten is found in rye, wheat, and barley. We now know that most Americans are sensitive to gluten. We don't digest it well, and I recommend that you stay away from it. Lastly, nuts and seeds are also acceptable on this diet. Nuts are actually a little better for you than seeds are, but these need to be properly prepared before you eat them. Nuts should be soaked in salt water or roasted, and the same with seeds. Soak these in salt water or roast them before you eat them. I'm sure you can find more information about properly preparing nuts and seeds on the internet. Lastly, if you're someone who is serious about obtaining a six-pack, I recommend that you check out a book called The Truth About Six-Pack Abs by Michael Geary. And actually, I'll put a link to this book down below this video. So if you want to check out The Truth About Six-Pack Abs, just go ahead and click on the link that appears below this video.